Hello and happy Wednesday. So today's is going to be a speedy podcast. So maybe on your way to Starbucks, you'll listen to this bad boy. Not sure we'll make it all the way to work. And because of that, I'm going to make sure I choose my words very wisely. But my husband got whacked with strep throat. And when he gets sick, he gets sick. Now, I know all men are a little dramatic, right? And they get the man flu even with a runny nose. So he actually gets pretty damn sick. Like his fever was up to 104.9 last night, on top of being a man and being more dramatic. So his is like double horrible. So he is quarantined down to the basement and he is no longer a part of this family until he is better. So I put the greatest showman on for little nuggets, made them some egg salad, and I have probably about 12 minutes before my downstairs burns down. So that is why today's podcast is going to be short and sweet, but we always keep it real here. And that's just the life of a mom with two littles and a single mom with two littles for the weekend at it. So I usually do have some backed up, but I didn't. So we're going to make do. And I still think that this will be a really good podcast. And again, I'm sorry if you can hear them yelling in the background because they've lasted about 90 seconds, but not surprised. Um, One thing completely off topic that I just wanted to mention today because I just thought it was so interesting. I took my kids to the gym this morning because they have kitty care, God bless. And then we went out for coffee and treats because I had just went over to my best friend's house yesterday and she planned a nice big Easter surprise for the kids. So she planted eggs and they colored eggs and they had an Easter basket. It was great. So in the eggs that she hid jelly beans and singles, right? Dollar bills. So first off, right, the kids were way more excited for the jelly beans, which I mean, I guess little kids would be, and probably I was as well. But you know, the money was cool, and they got $6 total. So there were six eggs. So they each got $3. So I told them that they could use it for something at the coffee place that we were going to today. We weren't going to go to Starbucks. We were going to go to like a coffee shop that had yummy like desserts and treats. So they each picked out an Elmo cupcake. And then I made them order it themselves and I made them pay themselves, even though obviously I had to cover the rest. Um, but when I gave Rory, right, Rory is 2.5, the $3, she ordered her cupcake. And when I told her, okay, now it's time to pay, she took the $3 and put them face down and kept tapping them on the card reader, like where you would tap your card for it to go through. She didn't even realize like what cash was. And like it was just so mind blowing to me to like see, right? Like Rustin gave the person cash. I guess he's like seen it before and maybe I used to pay with cash more when he was little. But I guess since Rory and COVID, cash is really not used many places or seen. So she had no idea what this foreign thing was, and she kept trying to hit the card reader with it. Um, I just thought it was so interesting and how eventually, like, kids aren't even going to understand how to use that. Just something that I thought was really cool slash weird slash made me feel old as shit. But it was cute. They thought it was cool to buy their cupcakes again, even though I had to cover about $10 of it. And the guy behind the counter was very impressed that I was teaching them how to order and keep their grimy little hands off the glass where the cupcakes were. Okay, so today's mini, mini session, I guess. I'm trying to think of a cooler phrase to put it, but I don't have it, is about what I posted on my social today. So if you go back to Saturday, March 23rd, I put up a part of our CJLC client agreement. Now, this is a new agreement, so most of my currents don't have it, but anyone who has joined where am I? In March has it. There are about 9 little bullet points that I make each client agree to because there needs to be commitment on both sides, right? And just saying I'm in and paying money, unfortunately, does not foster the kind of commitment and dedication that we're looking for. So we're really trying to put it out there in the beginning what we expect from our clients, and then we are more than welcome to hearing what they expect from us as coaches. I'm not going to go through the whole entire agreement now. Um, Maybe I will one day, but I'm going to pick out one specific thing and then maybe I'll touch on one more if I don't hear screaming from downstairs. So the thing that I posted on my Instagram today is the third one in the agreement, which is I will avoid saying I'll try, as we are all adults. And if we commit to something, we should see it through. Unlike learning new skills, activities like grocery shopping, going for a walk, or drinking 40 ounces of water, those are definite tasks that should be accomplished when attempted. Let's replace I'll try with I will for a more determined approach. I'm going to read that one more time because I totally put the wrong inflection in one of those sentences, so I may have confused you. I will avoid saying I'll try, as we are all adults. And if we commit to something, we should see it through. Unlike learning new skills, activities like grocery shopping, going for a walk, or drinking 40 ounces of water are definite tasks that should be accomplished when attempted. Let's replace I'll try with I will for a more determined approach. And I know that might sound harsh because, yes, like counting macros and meal prepping and going to the gym is somewhat a skill, but I don't know. I wouldn't really label it a skill. I really define a skill as something that takes hours and hours of practice or mastery, or almost like you were born with it. Something just that you really had to dedicate a lot of time and a lot of effort to. Like playing golf, I believe, is a skill more so than playing soccer. Like you can get by playing soccer if you're an athlete. I don't believe you can get by playing golf as an athlete. Like I would label myself an athlete, and I was absolutely horrible the one time I tried golf. Horrible. Um Now, yes, I tried one time and I didn't practice and I didn't get lessons, but I was still atrocious. Now, if you put me on a volleyball court, I mean, I would probably be able to hang even if it was my first time because I'm more of an athlete. Or if you put me on a pickleball court, right? I would be able to hang because I'm an athlete. Golf is just something so different. Or like darts or something that's precise, that's more of a skill, right? What we teach here with meal prep and drinking water and getting steps, I really just kind of associate it with effort. I mean, anyone with pretty much any brain capacity can walk, right? Anyone with any kind of brain capacity can drink water. And, and I mean, I said brain capacity because I understand if you're handicapped, right, and can't walk, but it doesn't take practice to drink water. It doesn't take practice to go for a walk. It doesn't take practice to focus on protein. Yes, we want to create routine and habits, but really, if there's any effort put in, these should get accomplished, right? The I'll try is making it seem like I'm telling people to learn how to tight rope walk. That's not it, right? These tasks that are assigned or, supposed to be your protocol are very, very basic. Um, Really, again, anyone can do them if they just put the effort in. So we're really trying to steer clear of the I'll tries because I do think I'll try is said as a safety net. So you don't feel bad or, you have an excuse when it doesn't happen, right? Like when a client tells me, I'm going to try and go grocery shopping Sunday. Why are you going to try? Why don't you just make it happen? Right? Like, why don't you take an hour and a half and make it happen? I know your schedule can probably be crazy. I get it. I have two little kids and two jobs and everything going on as well. But if you're going to try, then unless like a meteor blows up your car, we're adults. Do it, right? Like there needs to be kind of an understanding that trying means accomplishing at some age, right? We're not 6 or 7 anymore. We're not trying to learn to ride a bike. We're trying to go to the grocery store. So that should mean it gets done, right? Like I'll try and meal prep. What does that mean? Like if you're trying, it should happen because in my mind, right, I picture like a cartoon, like someone's trying to meal prep and it's not working, means like they're missing the bowl with the food they made, or like someone's tying their hands behind their back so they can't cook. Like, really, nothing is standing in your way besides your own efforts. So, we are again really trying to avoid the I'll tries and be more aware of using words like I will. I will go to the grocery store today because I'm a functioning adult. And if I need to do something, I'm going to do it. All right. I will meal prep this weekend because, again, I'm a grown ass woman. And if that's something I need to do, I'm going to do it. Right. I will go for a walk today. I'm not going to try. Um, I really don't use the word try pretty much ever in my vocabulary. And before I posted this on social today, I also posted in our Facebook group to the women. Let's try and be more aware this weekend of all the times we use the word I'll try. And just for 2 days, try and audit yourself. Like, how often do you say, all right, I'll try and do that, or I'll try this? Try and get that out. What a hypocrite I am. Let's get that out of your vocabulary, right? So I kind of audited myself last week, and not to pat myself on the back, but I really don't use it a lot. When someone gives me something to do, like I have a business coach right now, and every week they give me things that I need to do. I don't answer them with, I'll try and get it done. It's a task they assigned me and it's going to get done, right? If that means I need to stay up later or get up earlier, or even shorten my gym workout by a little bit to have a little bit more time, I'm going to do it because that was what I was assigned, right? I paid a very large lump sum to get these business coaches. I committed. I am doing what they tell me. I'm not going to try and do what they tell me. I'm going to do it, right? So for all my lovely clients out there, and for people who are thinking about this, right? You invested money. Some of you invested smaller amounts, some of you invested larger amounts. But if you invested money in this coaching and your coach is telling you something to do, or, guiding you on something, do it, right? Don't try and do it. Respect that investment you made. Respect the commitment you made to try and change, and throw those three little letters out the window, right? No more trying. Do, can, will. And I know self-talk preaching can be a little foo-foo. I get it. I used to hate that shit, like with playing soccer, like envision yourself scoring. Like, the fuck? Like, get out of here. I wasn't one to lay down and envision myself scoring. I'd roll my eyes and I'd be snotty. But self-talk does make a difference, right? Like, if I'm constantly saying, well, we'll see if it can happen, I'll try, I'm so bad at this, or I've never done well before at this, we are just sending out the negative vibes on overload, right? Try and put those words out into the universe that you're going to do it.
Mommy, it's so hot.
Okay. All right, go back downstairs for 2 seconds.
Are you out of meeting?
Yeah, go. I'll be right there. All right. Full transparency. I did pause for the first time because my daughter came up here. She was hot. So I took her sweatshirt off, but I'm back. She goes, oh, you have a meeting? So again, a super quick podcast, but something that I think we need to listen to every once in a while. Another one of these short ones that I think would be great on repeat, right? Like every Monday, starting your week off, listen to this. Audit your trying. Just make it happen. No one is asking you to climb Mount Everest. No one is asking you for these impossible ventures, right? You guys can do this. And I think one of the biggest things is you don't believe in yourself. And I'm so angry at the diet world for that, because I really don't blame you for thinking that, I suck at dieting. I suck at nutrition. I can't do this. You've been set up for failure. You've tried things like Optavia, where you are literally starving yourself drinking shakes. You've tried stuff like Shakeology and Beachbody and those colorful little Tupperwares that make you eat like 3 ounces of any kind of food. You've tried keto, where you have to cut out almost every carb in every food you like. You've tried intermittent fasting for 24 hours at a time. You've tried super low carb. You've tried Weight Watchers. You've tried, I don't know, any sort of fad diet that is setting you up for failure. Any quick fix, any fad diet will not last. And that's when you guys start to label yourself as failures. It's not the case, right? The method you chose was wrong. You did not really fuck up. You did exactly what the diet wants. You were actually perfect, right? Fad diets are set up for you to get instant gratification, love it, right? But then fall off the wagon because it's so unsustainable, and then sign back up and give them more money. And then get your instant gratification, then fall off the wagon, label yourself a failure, and then sign up again for more money. I mean, it keeps you on this hamster wheel of throwing away money and labeling yourself a failure over and over and over again. So you actually did exactly what these diets want you to. So you're actually very successful in fad dieting. What you need to be successful in is putting in the slow, unsexy work, throwing words like try and we'll see out the window, and making the stuff happen that's going to stay with you forever, that's going to create sustainable change, and that's going to throw that failure label out the window and show you how capable you are, right? Every single person listening to this, which is not many, but I appreciate every one of you, you guys are beyond capable, more capable of what you think. You can be a size 4. All of you could if you wanted to. You can actually wake up and have energy, every one of you. You can get better sleep. You can fucking back squat 200 pounds. You can carry both kids in each arm and run around with them at the playground and not be exhausted. You can not rely on coffee and finally wear a 2-piece to the beach and rock a mom crop top. Every single one of you. Because no one is broken, right? No one can't lose weight. Jordan Syatt is one of my favorite fitness gurus. He's brilliant, and this is a little rough to hear, but it's true. Um, People who claim they can't lose weight, he always says, "Why don't you go talk to someone that was in the Holocaust and tell them that?" Right? Because you can. Every single person can lose weight. No one is going to not eat for 4 months and stay fat. Just not going to happen. It is actually impossible. So, every single one of you can lose weight naturally without shooting yourself in the leg with a drug we have no fucking idea about. Every one of you can, because starvation is a real thing. And if you don't believe that, if you think you're the one person whose metabolism won't let them lose weight, go talk to a Holocaust survivor. Okay, you might have a different perspective. And I know that sounds a little nasty, but it's so true. And it's one of the best points he's ever made. No one is broken enough or no one is wired so wrongly that they can't lose weight. You just have to take the right steps. You just have to stop fad dieting, yo-yo dieting, crash dieting. You have to slow down, fix your internal health, and do the work. No more tries. Do it. Put the effort in and do it. You're all capable. All right, so this was my soapbox preach, full of energy podcast. I actually very much enjoyed this one. I hope you guys did too. And one little PSA, CJLC has its first ever in-person workshop happening June 8th. I know that is a million miles away. I'm going to open up a wait list pretty soon, April 1st, because we do have limited seats because of the venue we got. But it's going to be awesome. It's 3 hours with 3 components: nutrition, mindset, and fitness. We are going to go over everything. There's going to be an interactive workbook that every person gets so they can keep. So you're going to be doing little activities with us, and you're going to be self-assessing, and you're going to be learning about yourself, and knowledge is power. We're going to go into some, self-sabotage mindset, perfectionist mindsets, all that. We're going to have macro-friendly food there, so I will feed you. We'll have coffee, we'll have water, there'll be swag bags, and it's going to be really awesome. And I just think the community that's going to go there is great. So please watch out for that wait list, because I do have a good feeling that it's almost going to sell out on the wait list alone. It's obviously going to be cheap because I don't know how to price things, aka my spring challenge. And it's really just, I'd rather educate. I'm not here to make a ton of money, right? I'm not living in Cayman Islands. I'm working 2 jobs. But I think it would be really awesome. And Long Island is beautiful in June. So if you're anywhere close, drive in, right? Spend 3 hours at this little workshop and then go to the beach and go out east to the wineries or something, right? It could be a really nice weekend for the family. Maybe I'll hire a babysitter and she can watch the kids when you want to come to the workshop. But that is that. And obviously, always our coaching is open. Roster is kind of closing up, which is so exciting. We are looking to possibly get another coach because me and Coach Steph are pretty much hitting our limits. But we do have a couple of spots left. Summer is approaching, but fuck the summer, right? We want to be healthy for life, not just July and August. We are here. People succeed. I just mailed out 65 1-year anniversary shirts to my clients. That is some really impressive retention, and I am so proud of that number. It makes me so happy that people like this community so much. They're seeing change and they're not going anywhere. That is probably the proudest thing I have as a coach and a business owner right now is the fact that so many amazing women have been here for over a year, and I don't see them leaving anytime soon, and I hope they don't because I love them all. But that is that. Thank you so much. If you've gotten one thing out of this whole podcast, self-assess your usage of your words. Are you saying, I'll try, if I can, maybe? Let's change those to I will, I can, I am, I get to, right? And see how it can change you. It changes the small things. Have an awesome day. Live A minus. Keep showing up for yourself.